What if I told you there's a brand new channel that was literally created just last month but has already pulled in over 3 million views and more than 60,000 subscribers? The insane part is that they did this with just a handful of long-form videos. In fact, their most popular video is already over 2 million views and it's only been up for 3 weeks. And just look at the vidIQ dashboard for their estimated revenue, and that's off of only 11 uploads. But this isn't luck. This is what happens when you understand how to structure content that people want to watch. Now, I did some research, and it turns out the channel is simply uncovering forgotten medieval techniques and showing how they sharply contrast with the way we live today. The best part about this whole niche is that the content can be created with AI, so you don't need to know anything about medieval history to create these videos. And all of the tools are accessible, and most people watching this have access to them. But most people won't execute long enough to see results, and that's what makes this a great opportunity. All you need is a bit of prompt engineering to come up with the topics, as well as generating engaging scripts, images, and videos. But don't worry, I've taken care of that part for you. I built out a complete Notion with every prompt, every tool, every step organized so you can follow the exact workflow. Links in the description for the Notion that we'll be using. And this system that we'll be following is the exact one that we go more in depth inside Creator OS. But before we get started, let's take a look at a short demo that I put together using the same process we're about to go through.
Your wardrobe is a lie. Every morning, when you open those closet doors, you're surrounded by an illusion of choice that masks a profound failure of human design. What if I told you that the clothing worn by samurai, warriors who defined an entire civilization, was exponentially more intelligent than everything hanging in your closet right now? In the feudal landscapes of Japan, between the 12th and 19th centuries, clothing was never, ever just about appearance. Each thread, each layer, each carefully constructed garment was a precision instrument of human survival. The samurai's clothing wasn't an accessory, it was armor. Not a typical samurai might wear up to 6 distinct layers, each with a specific function. The innermost layer, called the kosode, was lightweight, allowing moisture to wick away from the body. Outer layers provided wind resistance.
This type of channel works best for people who want systems. If you need constant excitement to stay consistent, this probably isn't for you. But if you're the type who values structure, repeatability, and long-term compounding over quick wins, this niche rewards that mindset. Because patience isn't a weakness here, it's a competitive advantage. Most people can't tolerate the boredom of consistency. All right, let's get into it. First off is the channel name and branding. And what I noticed is that this is a hot niche. However, we don't want to directly copy this channel, but instead build a channel with a similar angle. So that's what we'll be building, something unique but proven. Head to the Notion and grab the first prompt and then paste it into ChatGPT. The output will be the channel name plus the channel angle. Read through them and pick whichever you are most interested in. Then save your channel info. We'll use it to help craft our other promptings. Now head back to the Notion and grab the channel profile picture prompt. Paste into ChatGPT. Insert your channel name and angle. If you have any ideas for symbols, insert them. I went with kanji, samurai sword, or samurai top bun. Grab the JSON prompt that ChatGPT gave you and head over to Whisk. Make sure the aspect ratio is 1:1. Insert JSON. Generate. Once you get your profile picture the way you want it, we'll need to produce the banner. And the banner is going to be the same process. Go to the Notion and copy the banner prompt. Paste in your channel info, and if you have any tagline ideas, insert them into the placeholder. I didn't, so I prompted ChatGPT to be creative with it, and then hit generate. Insert the full JSON into Whisk, and make sure the aspect ratio is 16:9, and generate. Now your channel branding is all done. We have completed the channel name, channel profile picture, and channel banner. I went over channel setup, and it's quite straightforward, so I won't be going over it. Check out my other videos on it. Now that we have our channel set up, let's begin producing our very first video. The type of videos that our channel will be producing is going to be back then compared to now type of videos. So grab the video idea prompt from the Notion. Head over to ChatGPT and paste it in. Then make sure to insert your channel angle so that the ideas are based on your channel. Head back to our competitor and grab the last few video titles that he's posted. Insert them into the placeholder. Also insert how many video ideas you want generated. I went with 13, then hit generate. I noticed that the video ideas that I received were too psychology-based and didn't incorporate our competitor's angle, so I had to reprompt it. If that happens to you, then do the same thing. Now, based on the video ideas that ChatGPT gave you, select one that you think resonates with your channel the most. I went with video idea number 8. Now, let's produce our script, and with this, we'll be using Claude. Head over to the Notion and copy the scripting prompt. Now what I did to build this prompt is I took medieval way scripts and broke them down. Then I reworked all of the successful elements and the script structure itself into the prompt. So our scripts will be generated with proven elements implemented inside of it. Now insert that scripting prompt into Claude. Insert both your video idea and the summary of the video into the prompt placeholder. And underneath, make sure to set the target length to around 20 to 30 minutes as our competitors' videos are around that length, and hit generate. And review the script itself. Make sure the script falls under the 20 to 30 minute range. Read through it and make any adjustments and personal touches. Once you've looked over your script, the next step is producing the visuals. And when we take a look at our competitor's videos, we can see that he has 3 different visual styles. He has the realistic footage style, the infographic style, and the medieval painting style. So I created script-to-image prompts for all 3. What we need to do is color code our script. Highlight parts of your script that you want turned into the realistic footage style, and do the same for the other 2 image styles. For me, I did red for realistic style, blue for painting style, and yellow for the infographic style. This will help us organize and give us structure, especially during the editing phase. Once everything is highlighted and organized, let's produce the realistic images first. Go to the first script-to-image prompt, which is the realistic style. Copy the prompt and insert parts of your script that you want to be depicted in the realistic style, and generate. Now let's do the same for the infographic style for the informative parts of the script. Head over to the Notion and copy the second image to script prompt. Paste it into ChatGPT. Then insert the other highlighted parts of your script and paste it under your prompt. And lastly, the painter style images. Grab the late script-to-image prompt from the Notion, paste it into ChatGPT, and if you want the style to match your era and country, just type in the same prompt that I did. Feel free to pause and read. This is what allowed me to generate the Edo-styled images you had seen in the demo video. The prompts that ChatGPT gave you should generate you a more specific art style to your channel angle, which will help with branding and consistency. So, paste in that updated prompt and insert your last parts of your script, and hit generate. We'll turn all of these prompts into images, and then turn the realistic images into videos using VO. Head over to Whisk and insert your first prompt. Make sure the aspect ratio is 16:9, and generate. This process is pretty straightforward. Just insert all of your prompts: the realistic style, infographic style, and painter style. Now, once we have finished generating our images, we'll be turning the realistic visuals into videos using VO3 Flow. Head back to the Notion and copy the image to video prompt and paste it into ChatGPT. Then insert the realistic image prompts and hit generate. Now we can begin producing our videos with VO. Head over to Flow and use the ingredients to video feature and make sure the aspect ratio is 16:9. I'm using VO 3.1 fast with low priority on the audio. Input your image and your prompt into Flow and hit generate. Do this one by one for every single one of your realistic styled images. Now, of course, this is going to take a bit of time and is quite tedious. So, we've built an extension that automates the entire process for the creators in Creator OS. And tools like this aren't just making things faster. They're removing the decisions that cause you to miss uploads. If you want access to it, as well as many other tools and systems, first link in the description or pinned comment. Now that we have our visuals generated, let's produce our voice. I've been using 11 Labs. There are free software out there like Google Studios that you can use. But if you're using 11 Labs like myself, feel free to use the voice that I'm using, Archer. This voice character is the best fit for this niche. Insert your script, format it accordingly, and generate it. Then listen back to both options and download the best delivered voiceover. Do the same for the rest of your script. Next up is editing everything together. And with this, we'll be using CapCut since it's free. First, insert your voiceover into the timeline. Now, as you go through your voice, you'll notice that there's a decent amount of dead space inside of it. So we'll need to edit the first 4 to 6 minutes of the voiceover and cut out the dead space. Now, once you finish your voiceover, pull up your script on another window or device and begin inserting your videos and images as your script is highlighted. This helps quicken things up so that you're not having to play back the video 100 times. So input your visuals. Make sure to mute the clips so that there's no sound, since we'll be finalizing the sound last. Align the visuals as well. Just make sure everything is clean and the scenes are correctly being depicted. Now, once your visuals are finalized, we need to add some clean transitions. I've been using fade in and fade out, as well as blur in and different variations of fade transitions too. Nothing crazy, just subtle and clean. And if you have any static images that you're using like I am, just add a bit of movement to it using keyframes. This is simple to do. Just click the image scene, adjust the aspect ratio, and click the diamond. Go to the other end of the image scene and raise or lower the aspect ratio. Then right-click the diamond and either select ease in or ease out. And this is why these videos don't die. The transitions keep viewers from getting bored. The keyframes create just enough movement to hold attention. These editing choices create retention. Now we just need to add sound. Raise the volume of your video clips to around -15 decibels. I also added click sound effects for when an infographic would pop up. Feel free to do the same and just be creative with it. And once your sound effects are finished, we'll be adding subtle background music. Go to YouTube Studio and search through their feed. I went with a neoclassical vibe. The song is Endless Story About Sun and Moon. Drag it into the timeline and adjust the volume of the clip. Give everything a playthrough. If everything looks and sounds good, hit export. As you continue to produce more videos, editing will become much more seamless. To end things off, we need to finalize the packaging. Now, when we take a look at our competitor, his thumbnail structure is pretty consistent and simple throughout. So, producing our thumbnail is going to be pretty simple. Download whichever thumbnail best matches your video's concept. We'll use my other tool inside Creator OS, which is the Image to JSON tool, to convert our competitor's thumbnail into JSON data. Then let's head back to our old conversation where we did all of the production inside of. Insert the JSON data and paste in your title and video summary. Prompt ChatGPT to build you a thumbnail prompt while replicating the thumbnail structure. Now you can also ask ChatGPT to give you a few more variations to split test them, which I prefer. It gives you more data on what thumbnail structure is best for your audience. Then take the JSON prompts that ChatGPT gave you and insert them into Whisk. And in just 5 minutes, you created a proven thumbnail that is more likely to get clicks than something you would have created from scratch. Here's the reality. Most people who watch this video won't actually build the channel. Not because this system doesn't work, but because they'll overthink the first video and never upload. And look, this isn't for everyone. If you value structure, long-term thinking, and systems that remove guesswork, this is exactly how channels scale without burning out. The creators inside Creator OS aren't guessing which topics to pick or how to structure their videos. They're operating with clarity. They see what formats retain, what pacing converts, what systems actually scale. If you're tired of guessing every upload and just want to stop making decisions that slow you down, that's what Creator OS removes. Links in the description if that sounds like you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.